Welcome to Faculty of Applied and Human Sciences, SMP 10703, Principle of Finance, Semester 1, 2021/2022. Group Assignment, Company Name Genting Group, prepared for Dr. Shahida Kamil, prepared by Wantana Naidurajaram, Lim Ket Ming, Fasrina binti Muhammad Zulkifli, Lim Pei Chin, Muhammad Maidin bin Abdul Kasim, and lastly Krisada Anissa, anak perempuan Kim Fong. Genting Group Company Background. Genting Group was founded by Tan Sri Lim Gotong in 1963. He had the idea of opening a resort on top of a hill while he was working in Cameron Highlands. He later set up a private company named Genting Highlands Berhad on the 27th of April 1964 with the late Tan Sri Haji Muhammad Noah bin Omar. Genting opened its first hotel in 1971 named Genting Grand, followed by Awana Genting Highlands Golf and Country Resort, Resort Hotel and Genting Indoor Theme Park, Outdoor Theme Park, Genting Highlands Hotel, and Genting Skyway Cable Car System. In the year 2006, Genting Group expanded into Singapore by opening a resort in Sentosa. Following the growth, Genting also opened a resort in the United States, in the Bahamas, and in the United Kingdom. Later on in the 2000s, Tan Sri Lim Gok Tae became chairman and he made Genting Group into a leisure brand, expanding into a cruise line company, plantation, oil and gas, and even petroleum by 2014. Genting's morals, values, and ethics. Genting's group vision is to be a leading multinational corporation committed to enhancing shareholders' value and maintaining long-term sustainable growth in their businesses. Genting Group's mission is to be responsive to changing demands, be committed to innovation and adaptation, pursuing personal policies, and be a responsible corporate citizen. The late Tan Sri Lim Gotong has a set of values that he has carried through his entire journey of building Genting Group. Those values are namely hard work, honesty, harmony, loyalty, and compassion. These values are now the core values of Genting Group.
My name is Fajrul Zulkifli, so I will talk about management structure. As we all know, a management structure is outline how a company management hierarchy is organized. It also dictates how roles, powers, and duties are assigned and managed and coordinated, as well as information flows across the management levels. The management structure for Genting Group is lower management. It can be seen in here like there are three top management, middle management, and lastly is low management, which is the director will direct to the production managers, and production managers will get to the level management. Product or services that provided by Genting Group. For product, they provide hotel, casinos, and entertainment worldwide. For services, they provide tourism, resort, cruise, gambling, plantation, and Genting Energy Limited services.
Great day, my name is Krisada Anissa, anak perempuan Kim Fong. So right now I'm going to talk about a year-over-year income statement of Genting Berhad. So what is year-over-year? Year-over-year is the financial comparison between the analyzed basis. Here is the YOY income statement of revenue, cost of sales, and gross profits. So as we analyze between these three years, the comparison between 2020 and 2019 shows the biggest difference due to the expenses that Genting Berhad need to attribute in the leisure and hospitality business. So as we can see here, the differences between 2020 and 2019 have recorded the highest amount of 72.7%. Between 2019 and 2018, only 6.8% of reduction. So here is the YOY income statement of these 3 years' profits. So we can see here in 2020 and 2019, they have a great loss of numbers of 5,755.1 million between of 2019 and 2018, that having an increases of profits for 3,681.1 million. So this is the balance sheet of YOY between these 3 years. So as we can see here, the non-current asset shows a positive number. This is because due to the amount of joint venture collaboration of Genting Berhad. However, the total assets of 2019 and 2018 was the higher than 2020 and 2019. YOY balance sheets of total equities and liabilities of these 3 years, among these 3 years, in 2019 have recorded the most and the highest greatest amount of the liabilities and equities due to the long-term borrowing and the taxation. However, in 2020, it's already reduced for 2.3%, and however, in 2018 was the lowest amount of the liabilities and equity.
Good day, I'm Lim Pei-Jun. Today I want to present about common sense analysis Genting Berhad. Based on the table and graph, the common sense income statement divide each line item by revenue, which is 100%. The cost of sale recorded the large percentage, then in 2020 become the most, which is 82.76%, is because the cost of direct expenses and purchase have gone out. Besides, gross profit suddenly turned into 17.24% in 2020 due to external factor influencing change in sales. Next, in 2020, operating profit became negative due to Genting Berhad expenses and finance costs recorded a large percentage in 2020 compared with other 2 years. Besides, Genting Berhad encountered a turning point from a stable net profit in 2018 and 2019 to negative net profit in 2020, which caused Genting Berhad to retain low profitability in 2020. Moreover, non-current asset recorded large percentage due to Genting Berhad has purchased property, plant and equipment in bulks. Besides, current asset recorded around 35% in these 3 years due to cash and cash equivalent has the largest percentage, so that cash and cash equivalent of Genting Berhad is still strong compared to other listed companies in Malaysia. So, Genting Berhad assets are liquidity to meet the current liabilities. For the percentage of equity, there is no issuance of new share among these 3 years. Next, non-current liability accounted much more percentage than current liability of total equity and liability 100% is because Genting Berhad had a large percentage in long-term borrowing. In short, the current liability owned by Genting Berhad stay consistently among these 3 years because of the conservative way in their business strategy. That's all, thank you.
Good day, madam. I'm Lim Kiat Ming from the team. I will be in charge 2 sections in this assignment, which is cash flow analysis and financial ratio analysis. Without further ado, I would like to begin my presentation from cash flow analysis. In summarize of these sections, in operating cash flow, we could notice that Genting Berhad was facing a big loss in payables in 2020 compared to 2019 and 2018, and the amount has clearly near to 370% of loss, and they even met their first loss in revenue due to pandemic lockdown. And eventually, the company has met a consecutive 3 losses in investment cash flow. It has disposed of a larger amount of investment to turn cash in hand during the vulnerable economic situation. Subsequently, Genting Berhad reduced the repayment of borrowing and payment of transaction during the pandemic and high borrowings from banks, which increased around 50%, that has created a positive amount in financing cash flow. And finally, the net cash and cash equivalent in the end of 2020 had shrunk around 14.2% or 43 million ringgit Malaysia compared to 1918. In short, cash flow of Genting Berhad has to be very cautious in short because the pandemic is still ongoing yet. And next, we will discuss about the financial ratio analysis of Genting Berhad. In the liquidity ratio analysis, from 2018 and 2020, both current and asset test ratio is uptrending, while the days in inventory has a turning point in 2019 due to the pandemic lockdown. Overall, the liquidity is considered strong and low risk due to the high amount of current asset held. And next, activity ratio. Both ratio of total asset turnover and fixed asset turnover is downtrending, while the average collection period has a turning point in 2019 due to pandemic lockdown as well. In summary, the group management has to take action seriously in managing control of its resources to suit the new normal of travel style. Leverage ratio. The debt ratio shows a constant steady rate among these 3 years. In short, the debt ratio and lower time interest earn ratio will be the concerns for the groups to figure out how to generate more cash and revenue in this hard time. And the ROA and OPM in 2020 regarding to profitability ratio are highly affected during this pandemic. and it raised a high concern in both short-term and long-term in terms of business period for Genting Berhad. And in terms of market ratio, the negative outcomes of PE and EPS did not stop Genting Berhad from paying dividend because it has to keep the investor confidence during this pandemic. And as an implication, the ratio result has reflected in the share price, which led at least 23% drop in share price. And that's all from me, Lim Kiat Ming. Thank you.
In conclusion, Genting was founded by Tan Sri Lim Tok Kong in 1963. In 1971, Genting Grand is the company's first hostel. In 2006, Genting Group expanded to Singapore, Bahamas, United Kingdom, and United States. In 2014, the Genting has expanded to include a cruise line, a plantation oil, gas, and even petroleum products. The Genting Group aims to become a leading worldwide enterprise to increase shareholders' value and sustain long-term development in their cooperation. The financial risk analysis, due to large quality of cash on hand, Genting Berhad capacity to pay is steadily improved year by year. Genting Berhad total assets turnover may encounter more challenge since the ratio is steadily declining, indicate the lack of efficiency in asset management. This could be explained by the fact that during the global closure, the majority of Genting Berhad hospitality service and properties are closed. The comparative analysis, the cost of direct costs and purchase has risen, resulting in the highest cost of sales in 2020. Genting Berhad encountered a tipping point from steady net profit in 2018 and 19 to negative net profit in 2020 as a result of unforced COVID-19 result, leading Genting Berhad to retain low profitability in 2020. For the common side analysis, Genting Berhad has given a several warning that it must be keep running sales costs and expenses under control in order to help the company common size income statement in 2021. Genting Berhad current obligation have been stable over the last 3 years as a result of consistent business policy. So even if the pandemic develop, it may have little impact. For the recommendation, Genting can use this method to improve their business. For the second recommendation, Genting Berhad should go online. In today's world, having an online presence is effective. If Genting business just have been physical up to this point, it's time to branch out into digital realm as well. Customers are increasing turning it internet shopping and digital service rather than physical shop and service. Even when lockdown limits are eased, their online presence may be key to gain recognition of their brand. The business of Genting will be considered on websites. Final recommendation is on Genting agility, the ability of corporate to alter or adapt quickly in response to a turbulent and rapidly changing market is referent to the organizational agility. These are two fundamental dimensions to it, which is speed and stability. Genting Berhad must be switched and respond in order to keep up with trends in the first case. That's all from me. Thank you.